Hey folks, Mike Dell here, and I am alive. As always, I'm here on video with you, so I'm definitely alive. Today is day 101 for me of the I Am Alive challenge. Also, Hive 5, uh, another great challenge from Nathan Mars to draw people from Twitter onto the Hive blockchain. Uh, both of these are some amazing challenges, so you might want to look into checking them out if you haven't already. But what I really wanted to talk about today, um, you just you never know what life is going to throw at you, and on a moment's notice, everything can pretty much change at any given point. With most people out there, for the most part, it just depends on what that change is. Um, you kind of want to be somewhat ready for it. Some things you're kind of never ready for, but it depends on what it is, and hopefully nothing ever happens that drastic to where it's overwhelming in any way. But I mean, you never know what is going to happen and what's going to come at you. But this whole COVID-19 thing has affected so many, or pretty much everybody. Can't really say so many people, but pretty much everybody is affected in one way or another. And for me, it hasn't been terrible, but it has been kind of a nuisance. And then the reason I'm talking about this is today is because shortly after I woke up this morning, I got a call from work. We've been closed for like the last 2 weeks. And then I think they tried to open Monday. They've been open a couple of days this week on a minimal staff and stuff like that. But we had somebody. I work in a restaurant, and we had somebody in the front tested positive for COVID-19. So we closed for 2 weeks to make sure to do the right thing to get everybody quarantined, to get everybody tested and stuff like that. And in the process of all this happening, they got enough people where they opened back up on Monday, but then now I'm getting a phone call this morning that they're shutting it completely down and not going to open back up again. Basically, they're closed indefinitely. There's possibilities of things happening in the future, but there's no guarantees, especially with the situation at hand. There's just the the business can't operate at full capacity, and it's limited. There was some government money that came, and that was keeping them going for a while, but now that is gone. So they just it's losing money to basically to stay open. So it's not a smart business decision to go backwards, and they can't afford to stay the next year waiting to see if paying rent and everything else to see if everything's going to open back up and be normal again. But so they just made the decision to shut it all down. And I got notified today that I no longer have a job, basically. So I haven't been working, but I was okay with it. I had saved up enough to where I was fine with it. But now I have to go back on unemployment, and the chances of finding a job out there is not that great. Luckily, I've got a few smaller options that I can take care of. It'll give me extra time working online for sure, but I have a few other things that I can work on to draw enough to pay my bills and stuff like that. But it's definitely throwing a wrench in things where you perceive things are going to happen one way, and then it's like extreme on a situation like that where it gets uh, thrown at you that's completely out of nowhere that you did not expect. So you just always want to kind of be ready. It's not like a devastating thing for me, but it's one of those things that I thought it could always happen. I just didn't know if it was going to, but I do have things set up in a way to where uh, it's not going to be detrimental to me, but it is going to just be an inconvenience. Where other people in the same situation may not be the same, be able to take care of the same way or whatever. But I don't know. My thought is just you got to be ready for whatever life is going to throw at you, because it's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. So be ready to duck. That's going to wrap things up for today. I will see you all tomorrow.